Hi, this is Brad Seacott with Terracom, and in this quick video I'm going to go over the front panel of the Luna 6225. If you want to connect with any of us, you can just go to the terracom.com page, and if you go under regional line cards, you can find our contact information. So I happen to be in the tri-state area. There's our there's our line card. But you can also go to the sales engineer section here, and my contact information is right here. Okay, now for this particular video we're going to focus on a Luna product. So let's go to Luna and we'll go to products. We'll go under communications test and photonic controls, and OBR6225 series is what we're interested in. So the product that we're going to show today is this guy right here. It is this 6225, and the one that I have is actually a -2. So let's bring that up on the screen. Let me go ahead and do that. Okay, so this is the front panel of the 6225. Right now I have a patch cord that's about 1 meter long, maybe a little less, that is connected. So you can see the connection to the front panel here is very small, and then the patch cord is an FC APC, and so the reflection is quite small in this. Now this happens to be a 6225-2. The -2 means there's actually 2 ports on this unit, and you can display both ports with this caret here. Right now I'm only looking at trace A, but I can also look at trace B. So let's go ahead and turn on trace B, and let's hit the, and you can see they look basically the same. So there we go. If we're interested in making a measurement, I'm going to go hook up a fiber, a couple of fibers that I have here. I've turned off trace B, and I'm going to hook up just a couple meters of fiber. And let's go ahead and measure. Let's see, what trace are we on? Yes, we're on trace A. Okay, so I turned off trace B, we're on trace A. All right, it takes about 10 seconds to take a scan, maybe a little longer. I hope that you can see this well. I'm basically just aiming a camera at the front panel. Okay, so we got a couple things going on here. First of all, this is well, let's let this thing finish. First of all, this has full touch controls, so you can scan or you can pan with your finger and you can zoom in. And you can see I have a couple of events happening here. I've got one here which is about a little more than 60. This is a connection. There's a connection here. There's a connection here. Looks like there's a connection here. And then there's a massive reflection right here. Well, I know for a fact that this is an AP, or this is a PC, so this is probably about -14 dB of return loss. Okay, so if I want to get back to my original setup, if I want to get back to the original zoom, you just hit this button here. There it goes. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's disconnect this fiber, take another scan. Well, actually, let's go work on trace B, because trace B is a trace that has the fiber without just the little jumper fiber. So let's go ahead and look around this instrument and see what we can do with it. So we have a couple of things. First of all, I showed you how to change between traces. That's this caret here. Okay, and then you can, with the little cog wheels, you can actually set up what you want the traces to be, right? So in trace B, I have a group index of 1.43, I have a minimum location, I have a max location, I have a return loss threshold, I have an insertion loss threshold, and so I can do this for each of the traces, okay? And then I can do things in trace C. I can set up a trace C as well, and trace D, and so on. Okay, so let's turn off trace A. Let's close that down. Excuse me. First of all, the instrument settings are set right up top here. So it tells you what's going on. It tells you what the group index is that you set under that trace. It tells you the filter that you set under that trace. Cursor type, right now we have no cursor. We have a few cursor choices here. We have a single, we have a multiple vertical and horizontal. So a single cursor is, as you would expect, just a single cursor. If you want to move it around, you just hold on to it until it gets bold and then you move it. Vertical adds a second cursor, so we can make a measurement on distance, say. Right, so we have a distance measurement here. We have where the solid one is, absolute distance, where the dashed one is, absolute distance, what the return loss is at those two places. Okay, and then we also have horizontal, so we can tell how big an event is. Right, horizontals are really good for measuring insertion loss. Okay, so we have the solid to the dash and what the difference is. Okay. All right, so then we have a global setup cog up here in the corner. And we can tell it what we want the return loss width to be, what we want the insertion loss width to be, what the length is that we're working with. Right now we're at 20 in meters. We can put an event table up, so that's kind of nice. Let's go ahead and say that. You can change the length in meters, feet, millimeters, inches, and you can also go to nanoseconds if you're looking to measure delay. Okay. Under system, we can set the system date, language, brightness, etc. About has the revision of the software, what the FPGA is, and if you want to do an update, you have that ability as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and save this. Now it's going to go ahead and save the settings, and it's going to bring up an event table. So we'll give that a couple of seconds, and I'll show you what the event table looks like. Okay, so you can see the event table here. It looks like it's picking up some hash out in the ends here. But you can make that go away by just setting the thresholds that you want. So it brings up the events that I have, tells you where they are. You can put in, you can show the events on the screen, or you can decide not to put markers on them if you'd like. Let's go ahead and turn that event table off. Okay, let that thing update again. And I'm going to go up here and show you what the, this is more global options. There we go. Here is where you can export files, you can delete files, you can save screenshots, and you can manage configurations. So if I wanted to take a screenshot of this, I just hit this button here. Okay. And of course you want to put in a thumb drive, and you can just put in a USB thumb drive to do that. Okay, that's about it. Status tells you when you're ready or when it's taking scans. Obviously, you can get into some more complicated settings, and we go over those in the manual. If you need a copy of that manual, just go ahead and reach out to us at sales@terracom.com. We're happy to get that to you. If you have any technical questions, or if you need an application engineer to help you out further, we can help with that also. Okay, so this is just a quick overview. I hope this has been helpful, and if you need anything, please contact us.